Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, celebrates 75 glorious years. In her crowded lifetime, when with her husband she was thrust to the forefront of tremendous world events, this quiet, unassuming woman has earned the affection not only of the people of her own islands and of the Commonwealth, but of millions who live outside it. As a young girl, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon could never have guessed what this tumultuous century would hold for her. A commoner married into the most select royal house in the world, she became Duchess of York, the wife of a prince. And then in the swift, unpredicted turn of events in the mid-30s, this young daughter of a minor Scottish peer became Queen of England, consort to King George VI. That famous balcony, someone once called it the hyphen in British history, a focus for the strength of a nation. And they were peaceful, cheerful times. A mighty liner was named after her. But those sunnier days couldn't last. Twice now in her lifetime, German ambitions clouded the golden summers. War was declared. Throughout the Blitz, with the King, she stayed in London, touring the bomb-ravaged East End. When Buckingham Palace itself was bombed, she felt it as a relief. She could then look the East Enders in the eye. But even misery must end. That delirious VE Day. Peace, and with her young daughters, a constant round of public engagements. That included strenuous overseas tours. On HMS Vanguard, the royal family heads for South Africa. Soon afterwards, her daughter Elizabeth was to marry a handsome royal prince, the Duke of Edinburgh. Already a grandmother with the birth of an heir to the throne, she presides over another happy event, the arrival of a granddaughter. Prince Charles casts a critical eye at this new phenomenon. Hers has always been a closely knit family, and a happy one. But almost without warning, the King is dead. Her beloved Bertie is with her no more. After the coronation of her elder daughter, the Queen Mother retired from the active scene. With the same cheerful acceptance with which she took up the duties her own marriage placed upon her, now she moved quietly aside. But not for long. It seemed that the people of Britain didn't want the Queen Mum in the background. She opened the Zambezi Dam. She met Commonwealth dignitaries and still managed to keep in touch with the basic interest in her life, her family. Like her daughter and granddaughter, she has a great love of horses. And a stable that brings home the cups and trophies, although of course there have been disappointments. Whatever happened to Devon Lock in that 1956 Grand National? A Derby day is never missed. Here she really enjoys herself. At Princess Anne's wedding, the family dominates. The royal engagements go on. Through them all, her own quiet competence in the job in hand, her own personality, as always, keep the show on the road. When whether it's opening a flower show or attending an official function. The Queen Mother knows all about the business of royal occasions. She tackles the task capably and well. At film premieres, for instance, when often happenings are unrehearsed and unexpected, she remains in command of the situation, usually against formidable opposition, stealing the scene. "75 years. Whatever one might think of the institution of royalty, hers has been and still is a profoundly useful life. And if at times she wonders whether a faster-moving world, a material world of youth, noise and rush has now any relevance for her, in some quiet backwater she will find her answer. The Queen Mum. No one calls her that in a tone of derision. It is said even by the most unlikely people with real affection. There is probably no personage in public life today who is so genuinely, so sincerely loved by the vast heart of this nation. To wish her well on her birthday seems somehow inadequate. To wish her many more fruitful and happy years is to state the obvious. But this we can say with all our hearts. The Queen Mother, God bless her.